Well, hello YouTube. Here we are with a bit of a video here. Of course, in front of us here you see we have ourselves a laptop. Well, of course, this here laptop is an ASUS laptop. It's a fairly decent laptop, not super fast, but not at the same time, it's not like turtle slow or nothing. Of course, the model number of this here unit is a K555LA-FH31-CB. Of course, it has Intel Core i3 inside of it, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 1 terabyte hard drive. Of course, a lot of laptops nowadays, have the 1 terabyte hard drive. I'm assuming, the operating system probably takes up a bit, as well as all your, files and stuff, take up a bit as well. A lot of the downsides I find with previous laptops I've owned is the hard drives have been way too small. By the time you get all your software on there, stuff like that, and your video files, it's almost full. Well, of course, the product features here is a 15.6-inch HD display with resolution of 1366 by 768. 1.7 gigahertz Intel Core i3-401OU processor, and of course 8 gigabytes of RAM. ASUS Super Hybrid Engine 2 technology boosts battery life by up to 25% or for less demanding tasks. Instant on gets you back to what you are working on in just 2 seconds. Intel UMA offers great visuals with less lag time. And again, 1 terabyte hard drive offers plenty of room for your files, photos, videos, and more. And of course, it's a Sonic Master technology, and ASUS Audio Wizard offers high fidelity audio. Some laptops have really crappy speakers, so it'll be interesting to hear this one powered up and see what it does for sound. The large multi-touch pad with gesture technology gives you natural and intuitive fingertip input. And of course, like all laptops pretty much nowadays, they're preloaded with Windows 8.1. So of course, this laptop was on sale at the big electronics retailer for like $200 off here. Basically, I paid about $449.99 for it. So, when you get a savings of $200 on a system, why not pick her on up, right? So basically, guys, in this video here, we will be doing the complete setup. Pretty much starting her up, filling out all the information, getting her on going, and then away she goes. Basically, what we will be doing is the same thing as, what you pay your electronics retailer to do. Around here, they charge like $150 for the setup. But, we're going to save ourselves the money and do it ourselves, because really it's quite simple. You just have to enter all your proper information, adjust a few settings, and virtually away she goes. So to save on a little bit of time, I'm going to cut out some of the in-between parts where it's really not doing much of anything, but, setting up or thinking, basically the screen will be black, or it'll be blank, or it'll be just spinner icon. So I will shorten this up for basically to save on extra time on the video. So if you ever do a setup like this, it might take an extra 15-20 minutes longer than what the video shows. So we will locate the power button, which of course is in the top left hand corner, and then give her a press, and away she goes. So of course, after you've hit the power button, it goes to, the power up screen. Basically just says the brand name, and away she goes. Let it go through its little startup process here. Once the little spinner icon has quit spinning, it goes to, of course, a blank screen. Okay, so then the next screen it goes to is select your region and language. So of course, with your touchpad, scroll over, select your language. Of course, mine by default is going to be English, because unfortunately I don't speak any other language.
except for that one that's listed on here. So you click on English, type in your country or region, and of course I'm up here in the Great White North called Canada. So of course after that you can select your app language. You want to leave it on, for me, English Canada, but you can choose whatever language you want it to be. Hit enter again. Go down to keyboard layout. Now of course I've made this mistake on other laptops. You think because you're in Canada you scroll down to Canadian multilingual standards, and then your little exclamation mark turns into kind of an upside down question mark, and it kind of messes you up. So the last laptop or two I've set up, I've left it on the US keyboard layout, and it's worked fine for me. So again, select your language and press enter. So of course select your time zone, varying wherever you are, and again press enter. And once you're done all that, go down into the bottom kind of right hand corner and click next. And then of course this is all your licensing terms and agreements and all that good stuff. And after that, if you accept it, you go over and hit accept. Then pretty much it starts its process here. It says you could pick a color if you like and give your PC a name. You'll be able to personalize it more later. Well, you can choose any color you want, virtually from like a dark gray to like a very, very light pink, or whatever you want to call her. Or you can leave her on the default kind of a nice blue color and take it all from there. For your PC name, well, you can name it whatever you want to name it, or just leave it, the way it is. So after you've named your PC, we'll scroll on over to the next button again. And of course after that it asks you to sign on to your Wi-Fi or hook it up to the old internets. So we'll select the Wi-Fi signal that is mine from this list here. So after you've entered your password for your Wi-Fi, basically it goes through a verifying and connecting thingy. And once it's done that, pretty much the next screen is basically a settings screen. And it says we recommend these settings, which include occasionally sending info to Microsoft. You can customize these settings now or later. The list goes automatically find and connect to devices and content on this network. Automatically install Windows updates, apps, updates, and device software. Turn on Do Not Track in Internet Explorer. Help protect your PC from unsafe files, apps, websites, and check online for solutions to problems. Help improve Microsoft software services and location services by sending us info. Use Bing to get search suggestions and web results in Windows Search, and let Microsoft use your location and other info to personalize your experience. In Internet Explorer, use Page Prediction to preload pages, which sends your browsing history to Microsoft. Let Windows and apps use your name, account, picture, and advertising ID, and request your location from the Windows location platform. So of course, if you want to customize it, it's the one on the far right. If you want to use Express Settings, then you use the Express Setting button, which is on the immediate left to the customizing. And of course, if you happen to use the Express Settings and you kind of regret your choice later on, you can always go back into the control panel and customize your settings from there. So of course we'll hit use Express Settings, and next you'll have to set up your account. So of course if you do not have a Microsoft account, it will not let you proceed by using, pretty much don't have an account or putting an email address in, so you have to create a Microsoft account. So of course you have your standard field of information to fill out, like your first name, last name, email address, password, confirm password, country, region, and all that good stuff. So pretty much, guys, I'm going to get this all entered, and then when we hit next, hopefully it'll all work. So of course, after you've entered all your information for the Microsoft account, which you did not have up until this moment, once you pressed finish, it basically, computer will restart itself. So obviously there it said, "Hi, we're setting things up for you." Essentially it's just a comforting message, so you don't think the thing's crashing on you and not working. So it's installing your apps, and you can also get new apps from the store. Taking care of a few things, and of course it's still installing, your apps. Of course, through all this taking care of a few things, the new message at the very, very bottom is "Do not turn your PC off." Basically, I imagine if you were to power it down, run out of power, shut it off, whatever, it probably would not set up properly, and you could have issues with the whole process. So of course the main message now is, it says getting your apps ready, and of course it still doesn't want you to turn off your PC. Okay, the next screen it goes to is, almost ready. Basically, again, just one of those comfort screens just to let you know that it's all working through everything it needs to do. And again, do not turn off your PC. So of course, guys, after going through all that process, we end up here at the Windows 8 tiles that everybody's good and familiar with. We have the search magnifying glass up into the right hand corner, as well as your power off button pretty much right next to it. I'll do me a little bit of setup here on the antivirus and some of the programs I want to run, and then after that's all good to go, then we'll come right on back, give us a bit of a tour of the laptop, and go from there. So guys, basically to install your preferred antivirus, you have to deinstall the factory or built-in antivirus. Of course, there's nothing really wrong with the factory or built-in antivirus. However, I prefer to use my own because, I've had good luck using my own antivirus over the, suggested one that comes with the systems. So of course, we'll go to Internet Explorer. And of course, give her a click. She opens up Internet Explorer, and basically it'll open up your YouTube here. Go up, of course, to the search bar up here, and of course, as a demo for the sound and all that, we're going to go to My Channel. Click on that. Of course, it brings up a list of my videos and all that good stuff, but we're going to keep on going to, of course, the channel itself. Then pretty much it's going to autoplay my intro. And basically, there you go. In there. So of course, while everything was setting up and that, checked for Windows updates. Now, being this computer has really only been active for 10-15 minutes at the most. At right now, there is no Windows updates for this here computer. Of course, if you have your computer on for a while, maybe 24, 48 hours or more updates might come along. Keep in mind, this computer was probably made 6 months ago, and it's been sitting in a warehouse somewhere, not really turned on or active. So there's bound to be 1 or 2 updates needed as the time comes along. Whether it's the Windows updates or Microsoft updates, even something as simple as your current Flash player to watch, YouTube videos and things like that. But guys, that pretty much concludes a setup and a bit of a light tour of an ASUS laptop. Model number K555LA-FH31-CB. But pretty much guys, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them on below. I'll do my best to answer them. Of course, if enough people watch this video, there'll be enough people commenting on here to answer the questions that I cannot answer. And of course, search on the old internets. I'm not the only one with this laptop. There's bound to be a few other people, that have it as well. They can answer questions as well, and, any comments and things like that. Of course, watch out for part 1 of this here video, of course, where we basically did the unboxing of it, seeing it all nice and shiny there in the cardboard box, pulled her on out, had ourselves a look, and then pretty much the rest was history. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.